What attracted you, first of all, just to make the move and come to College Station and take over A&M's program?
Well, I think after, researching A&M, finding out all, you had a general idea, knew it was a great institution, great place, but when you started really researching and how it could affect the way it touches lives in so many ways, culturally, from just the traditions and histories and the way A&M is and the way it thinks about people and the way it cares about people, then the academic situation, the way it can affect kids, then the athletic situation or commitment to excellence, and then being able to come in there and put your own programs in place and go to that championship level. And then I think the way it affects kids afterwards with that Aggie ring and life after, as I say, life after ball, life after school, with the jobs and the player and the development for these kids in their whole life. I don't think there's an institution that can affect them as much as Texas A&M anywhere in the country. And I think that's where this game is going. I think where this world's going. And I think those are foreign things that are very, very important to me, and they fit my need, what I believed in, and the same beliefs A&M believes in.
Is there a more loyal fan base that you've seen?
No, they are very loyal. They love their Aggies, and everything's been great. And they're there, rain or shine.
How much was Scott convincing to get you to move there?
Having someone there that you knew and that you knew, trusted, and the information you were getting you knew would be right. But then also, there's a lot of guys and friends of mine who've tried to hire me and I haven't went. There's more to it than that. A&M was a huge part of that. Scott obviously opened my eyes. Working together with him again was great. But also, once you realize what A&M was about, and I got to that research and really dug into it, it was amazing that I didn't know all those things before. And so both were big parts.
So you can understand the reaction Aggie fans had when Scott all of a sudden moved to LSU. Did you feel that too when people instantly believe, that obviously Jimbo's going to follow him over there?
Oh, yeah, because you heard it. That was the first thing you heard. But, like I said, there's a lot of friends of mine that have tried to hire me before, different things I haven't went. Listen, I'm very happy where I'm at in A&M, and I think he has everything. It's a destination job. It's a place in which you want to be, and it has all the things that you want to have for the future of this game and where this game is going, and look forward to building it here.
How much did you have a hand in hiring the new athletic director?
No way. People ask, if you heard of things, you heard of this guy, you heard of that guy, and things of that nature. But President Young did the hiring. He just asked us and different people. I'm sure he wasn't just myself, but other people reached out. Have you heard anything? Do you know anything about this guy? And everything I had heard and people that I had really had a lot of respect for were very high on him. And then after meeting him, after we've hired him, I think President Young made an excellent choice. I think he has a great vision and understands this league, and also, but the well-roundedness of our student athletes as far as the academics and everything else.
In the short time you've been there, how have you seen Kellen Mond grow as a quarterback for you?
Well, Kellen's been fun to coach because he's hungry. He's competitive. He's tough. I can say he comes from a great family. He doesn't mind being coached hard and challenged and pushed, and he wants to be the best. And I think the sky's the limit for the guy. And I think last year when you're talking about having over 3,500 total yards and 30-some touchdowns in the league he did it in, and I think he had an outstanding year, and expecting even those things and for him to even grow more this year.
How much will DeMarvin be able to contribute as a freshman this year since he missed the spring
game?
Well,
unfortunately, he did that, but I tell you, it's going to be hard to keep that guy off. He's a very talented guy, and he gets it. He works hard. And what was amazing to me, even when he's hurt, for a young guy to get there and get hurt, and then sometimes you'll go in a shell. His work ethic and the way he developed his body and just the intent he had in meetings, at practice, just being around. For a young guy, very, very mature guy for his age, not just body-wise, but mentally. And we expect great things. I think he's going to be a tremendous football player. I don't want to put pressure on a guy before it happens, but I think this guy has unlimited potential.
You think you could see playing time for him as a freshman?
Well, he'll have to earn that, but I think it's going to be hard to keep him out of there. I think he's that good.
What did you learn in the 7 overtime game, aside from it being the longest game you've ever coached?
Yeah, you always got to have. You don't have enough 2-point plays. You always need more 2-point plays when it gets down to. Make sure you got enough calls down there to handle it. But I think the perseverance of what we wanted to create as a culture, as an institution, the way we wanted to play, the way we wanted to represent Texas A&M and the fans, but more importantly ourselves and how we competed in the game. That you never gave up in a game, and understanding how to win those big games against top 10 ranked opponents and top-notch teams, and I think our kids saw the value of how we practice, the way we approach things, the systematic approach in which we have, and how we get ready for all situations. I think they saw it pay off, and then I think the big rewards, and that's why I'm very anxious to see how this thing goes.
And it led to a rule change too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how many times do you play a game and change the rules in a football game?
Literally. This year you have Alabama at home, Auburn at home, UTSA at home. Is that a big advantage coming into the schedule this year for you?
I mean, you definitely want to play because Kyle Field is a tremendous home field advantage. And we played great football in Kyle Field last year. I mean, we had one loss with Clemson, but it was a tremendous game in which we had a chance to win it. But we played some big games and won it. And then, but also then we're going to have to learn to go on the road and win. In this league, doesn't matter. You're always going to have those big games on the road, and we have a tremendous road schedule also. So we're going to have to play well at home, defend our home field, and win them all there, and then got to go on the road and mentally be tough enough to win on those venues on the road.
You have a pretty strong challenge on the road first time this coming year, don't you?
Oh, we do now. I mean, we play some. Yeah, those guys made that schedule. but that's what makes it fun. I mean, it's very, but it's also very. People say it's very challenging, but very opportunistic. You got a lot of great opportunities in there to prove your points and where your program is going, and lay a tremendous foundation.
Finally, how much do you want to see the A&M and Longhorn rivalry renewed on the football field?
If it fits, if it is good for A&M, I want to see it. If it doesn't, then we have to. We're in the SEC, and sometimes things break apart. I mean, and we have tremendous challenges with LSU and Alabama and Auburn and Arkansas and Georgia and Florida and Tennessee and all those things. I mean, but it is. I mean, I'm not against it if it fits into what we're doing, but we got to make sure it's right for A&M.